Hi, this is Elena again, and welcome to week 4 of this course. You have made it to the end. We hope you got your loom set up and warped and started weaving something really fun. Today we're just going to talk a little bit about accessories. Now, we have a lot of accessories available on our website, and sometimes those options can be a little bit overwhelming. But know that when you start weaving, you can start with just a loom. You can choose whether you want that loom with a shedding device or not, but as far as other accessories, none of them are totally necessary to start weaving. For bead weaving, especially with the shedding device, and for pieces that are wider than I'd say 1.5 inches, 2 inches, our bottom spring kit, which is the spring that you can add to the bottom of your loom. It's really helpful to keep your warp threads organized when you're warping. I say this is most important when you're using the shedding device, because with the shedding device, you have 2 warp threads in each dent. So you need to keep those isolated. You need to keep 2 warp threads, 2 warp threads, 2 warp threads. You don't want those to get crossed. And when you're putting in your first row, and when you're just warping, it's a lot easier when you have a spring or a warp coil at the bottom of the loom to organize those there. So if you're going to do bead weaving, if you're thinking about wider pieces, if you're thinking about the shedding device, the bottom spring kit is definitely something you might want to consider. Now, another very popular accessory for bead weaving is the no warp ends kit. And basically what this kit does is, instead of warping in the traditional method, you put 2 bars on the front of your loom with this kit, and then S-hooks that hang from those bars. And by warping on those S-hooks, you eliminate all your warp ends except for 2. So basically, when you're using this kit to warp and you're weaving beads, once you take your piece off the loom, those little loops that are made by having the S-hooks put into the warp threads, and if you look more closely into how this kit works, this will make a little bit more sense. Those loops just shrink down and hold the beads, so you don't have to sew in your ends or figure out another way to finish off those ends. So for bead weavers, especially for shorter pieces like bracelets or earrings, or using wire on a Mirrix, the no warp ends kit is really, really, really helpful. So that's the other very popular bead weaving accessory. But right now, the most popular accessory for weaving tapestry is our electric Spencer treadle. And basically what this does is the treadle, which is a foot pedal basically, an electric one, attaches to your shedding device. And so instead of changing your sheds with your hand, using the handle, you just press on the foot pedal. And that changes the sheds for you. So it's very convenient if you're spending a lot of time weaving tapestry and you're doing a lot of small sections. It makes it go much faster with your foot. It's also helpful for people who have mobility issues with their hands, and it's easier for them to use the foot pedal. So that's a very popular accessory. To expand on that, we also have the stand, which is basically just a loom stand. You can either put one larger loom on it, or you could even put more than one small loom on it. The stand's adjustable, so you can adjust it to weaving when you're standing up or sitting down to a certain size chair. So that's another really helpful accessory. Another one that lately has been very popular is the extra shedding device, which is another shedding device on your loom, which allows you to do different techniques like twill. So instead of your shedding device just lifting up every other thread, you can have 2 lifting up different threads. And we have an ebook about that that's really interesting, and we'll help you get started with that. But that's another thing that tapestry weavers have been really into lately. But enjoy this last day of the course, and let me know if you have any questions about any of our accessories. And thank you for joining this class and being a part of the Mirrix community. If you haven't purchased Mirrix Loom yet, we hope you do. Have a great day.